This month we celebrate our first year anniversary, and it's been quite a year. Roller coaster year, a lot of challenges, a lot of great victories, a lot of great days, and that I'm very thankful for. We opened third week, I believe the third week of January 2021, right in the midst of COVID. Had no idea if anybody was even going to show up here. As a matter of fact, I held back on hiring anyone outside of a bartender. We weren't making spirits yet. We weren't producing our first batch. It was just a bar. First, we wanted to reconnect the community to downtown, so we had a tasting room that essentially functioned as a bar where we offered cocktails, wine, beer, non-alcoholic drinks as well, in an effort to just start the traction and activity downtown. And to my surprise, I think the town really came out and supported us. And so that was a big win. I had good problems and then I had to hire people. That was very rewarding. Those first 3 months were a whirlwind, and also I was living here. So yes, we opened in January. It was a 4-year journey to open, and then 3 months in, I'm living here, and it was like one of those, all right, somebody's already experiencing burnout, and I was about at that point. It's a learning process when you start a business. You wear all the hats, and then you start realizing what your limitations are, or your body starts letting you know what your limitations are. There's definitely been challenges along the way, so we, a day-to-day basis, just running a bar. Didn't envision doing that when I opened a distillery, so being a bar owner is kind of another added hat. I'd say that was more just a learning curve, right? You have to start to evolve, and that's, I'd say over this last year, a lot of evolution for me as a person, but also with our company and our brand. We want to be known for creating experiences here. So every one of our small batches and limited releases that we roll out, we have a big celebration because there's enough negativity in the world, and it's a gauntlet to get open and stay open with not only as a distillery, but also a retail business in general right now with COVID. And so April 25th of last year, we rolled out our first batch of bourbon. I had no idea anybody was gonna show up. And to our surprise, we had a line 2 blocks down, people waiting over 2 hours to get a bottle. We had the Waken District bagpipe band that helped release our bourbon, which has also become a thing for us, a partnership with bagpipers, which from a historical perspective, my family came over from Jura, so kind of have that connectivity and being able to watch that partnership blossom has really been cool. The word started to spread that there's this small distillery called Old Raleigh, but it's not in Raleigh. And they're making quality stuff in the backyard of what I call bourbon country. People think of whiskey, they think of bourbon around here. And there's a very high expectation of bourbon in particular here because we're right next to Kentucky. If I'm gonna put my name on a brand, on a label, we really wanted to set the bar high for our product, and I think we've been able to demonstrate that over the last year. So that was also a big win. It's all in an effort, again, going back to Brandon is in pursuit of trying to master this craft. Just wrapped up our first year anniversary celebration, and that came in conjunction with the release of our 5th batch of bourbon. And it was a great event, a great day of celebration. We had our Waken District Bagpipe Band that helped release our bourbon. They crank up the bagpipes and the drums, we wake up our spirit, and then we walk out with the latest release, which is our 5th batch release. And that kicks off every one of our days. In addition to that, we had a great bluegrass band, which bluegrass music's big around here, and they had everybody rocking in the middle of the day. We also, in the evening, had a funk band. Plenty of reason to have a good time, celebrate this great year that we had. Sandwiched in between the music, we had an event in our event space where customers were able to come in and sample each of our first 5 batches. That basically demonstrated the breadth of work that as a blender I was able to bring over this past year, but also taking our customers on a journey to see how the batch evolved. For me, it was also kind of oh wow, Brandon, your team did all this over the last year. I'm very thankful for my employees and our staff and how they've really circled around this small little brand and help us grow it. And they show that day in and day out, showing up early, staying late. Probably most thankful for my family and having them put up with sometimes what might be seen as a crazy dad or husband. We could have taken a lot easier path, but we didn't, because I had a very specific vision in mind. And having them be as supportive as they are probably means the world to me. Seeing my kids run around this distillery and climbing up on things they probably shouldn't be climbing up on, and knowing that they're growing up in the business, that's also a really good feeling too. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that showed up for our first year celebration. Fun event, great day. We really wanted to celebrate the win of being open, of having the success that we've had. It was great to be able to connect with folks from all over the region. They could have been anywhere on a Saturday, but they decided to come to Old Raleigh. On behalf of everyone, thank you for making that a special day. If there's one word to describe this past year in terms of how I feel about it, it's thankful.